Hello, children. This week we are going to start with chapter number 9, that's time and work. Now, in this chapter, we'll come across the first thing that we'll come across is unitary method. You've already studied about unitary method. Let's just recall it. A method in which the value of one item is first obtained to find the value of any number of items is called unitary method. So the first thing you do is you find the value of 1 and then you find the value of many. So you have to keep only two basic rules in your mind, that whenever you want to find the value of one thing, you or you can say, when you want to find the value of many things, more things, you always multiply, and when you want to find the value of less or you want to find the value of one thing, you always divide. These are the two basic rules of unitary method. Now, when we are going to solve the problems of unitary method, we'll come across two types of variations, that is direct variation and indirect variation. Indirect variation is also called inverse variation. Now, let's read out what direct variation is. Now, direct variation means increase in one quantity causes increase in the other quantity. Like suppose you are increasing the cost of one thing or the value of one thing, the other thing's value will also increase. Or you can say, and if you are decreasing one quantity, that will bring decrease in the other quantity also. So the two quantities are directly related to each other. Increase in one, the second also increases. Decrease in one, the second also decreases. Now let's read out what inverse or indirect variation is. Like you are increasing one quantity, but that will bring decrease in the other quantity. So one is increasing, the second one will decrease, and vice versa. Like if you are decreasing one quantity, it will bring increase in the other quantity. That's called your inverse or the indirect variation. Now we'll just see how do we solve the questions. Now suppose you get a question like cost of 7 books is rupees 770 and you have to find the cost of 10 books. The first thing you will do is you'll try to underline and figure out what is exactly given to you. So we have 7 books, the cost is 770 and we have to find the cost of 10 books. So we underline this. Now books and books, both the values are known. So what is not known is one cost is given and the second cost is not given to us. Now we'll be solving these questions with the unitary method, box method, We'll make a box and on the top we'll write that thing of which we know both the values. So we know both the values of books, that is 7 books and 10 books. And then we will write the second thing where we know only one cost. Cost of 7 is 770 rupees and cost of 10 is not known, which will be taken as X. This is the first step that you people have to do. Now, we have to find out whether it is direct variation or inverse variation. This is the second thing you have to find out yourself. Now, how we get to know it is direct variation? Always keep in your mind that wherever the money is involved, that is always direct variation, because less money, you buy less things, more money, you buy more things, or vice versa. You want to buy less number of things, you will need less money. You want to buy more number of things, you will need more money. So that is what you have to figure out, what variation it is. Now how to figure out? 7 books and 10 books. So books are more. Now if the books are more, like you want to buy more books, that is very obvious. You will be paying more money for that. So more books and more money, less books and less money. This is direct variation. Now, if it is direct variation, you will always cross multiply. Just see these arrows, like 7 into unknown we have taken as X. 7 into X is equal to 770 into 10. Then you keep X on that side and whatever is with X, you shift it to the other side. Do the cutting, and on cutting the value of X is 1100. Now, what is X? X is actually the cost of 10 books. So, you will write therefore, the cost of 10 books is rupees 1100, that is rupees 1100. Now let's see example number 2. 5 men take 10 days to repair a road. In how many days will 2 men repair the same road? Now again we'll underline first 5 men and 10 days. 2 men and how many days we have to find out. So 5 men, 2 men, we know both the values, and 10 days, and how many days 2 men will take, that we don't know. So now again back to the box. Let's see how to make that box. Okay, the first thing is step 1, make the box. On the top right where you have both the values, so we have the value of men, 5 men and 2 men, and time which is given in days is 10 days, and unknown, that will be taken as x. That is step number 1. Step number 2, we have to find what variation it is. Now beta, isme bhi you have to keep in your mind that more men will always take less time to do the work, and less men will always take more time to do the work. So now here there were 5 men, now there are 2. So these are less men and less number of people, and how much time they will take? They will always take more time to do the work. So less, more, indirect, that is inverse variation. Now if it is inverse variation, we will not cross multiply. Cross multiply is done, multiplication is done in direct. It is straight multiplication like this. That is 5 into 10 is equal to 2 into unknown, that is x. Keep x here, and whatever is with x shifted to the other side. Do the cutting. The value of x is 25. So your final answer is, therefore 2 men will take 25 days to repair the same road.